So, would you like me to speak in English and get it translated, or just speak in English? Only English? Okay. Well, I'd like to welcome Principal Sir, all the faculty members, and all the young ladies, to this function. I'd also like to welcome Chief Minister, Education Minister, and other dignitaries. I'd like to start by saying it is an honor for me to come here and have a conversation with you. And it's an honor because I consider you to be the future of this country. You are 50% of India's population, approximately. But you do not have the same space that men and boys have in our society. And this is a fact. India will only truly be successful when you occupy equal space to men in our society. Before that, India will not be able to reach its full potential. So, for me, what would be useful for me to do is to give you a sense of how you can occupy your space, how you can go to occupying 50%, and frankly, even more if that was possible. Society is unfair to you. You have to start with that understanding. So you have to realize that as a woman in India, you are not being treated fairly. You are being treated unfairly. For example, if you decide to walk outside at night, you feel a sense of fear while you're walking. Do you? You feel uncomfortable while you're walking, right? Do you think men feel uncomfortable when they walk around at night? They feel very comfortable, right? So there is a hidden force that constantly keeps you under control, maybe scared. Maybe it will sometimes not allow you to believe that you can do certain things. Maybe somebody will say to you, you know, you can't be an engineer, you can't be a doctor, you can't be a soldier, you can't be something. And the first thing you should remember is, there is absolutely nothing that men can do that you cannot do. Anything that they can do for this country, you can do for this country. And then I'd like to give you one thing to think about before we have a conversation. Your thoughts, what you think, will become your words. Your words will become your actions. Right? You can see that. No, what you think becomes your words, and then what you say becomes your actions. Your actions will become your character, and then your character will define your destiny. So you don't have to worry about your destiny. You don't have to worry about your actions. You don't have to worry about your words. You have to worry about your thoughts. What is coming into your mind first, you have to see it clearly, understand it. And once you understand your thoughts, automatically you will get the right action, you will get the right character, you will get the right destiny. Now, why am I telling you? Why am I telling you you have to watch your thoughts? You will watch your thoughts at the individual level, but the nation is also moving forward based on your thoughts. What you think in your mind will not only define your destiny, it will define India's destiny, it will also define the world's destiny. You'll say, how can that be? How can something I think define India's destiny or the world's destiny? Because what you think is infectious. What you think goes from you to other people. And that is why what was said on the stage, humility is important. Because in this life, you will not do anything alone. You will never do anything alone. You might say, what are you studying? You might say, I am studying BSc Physics, correct? But can you study without your teachers? Can you study without your friends? Can you study without the people who have written the book? Can you study without the person who made these buildings? No. So we do nothing alone. And so we have to understand that whatever we do as a group. And we have to respect all those other people in the group. So, as women, you have to work with other women. You have to protect other women. You have to make other women feel comfortable. You have to make men also feel comfortable. But especially you have to make your sisters comfortable. So that's broadly my message to you. If you are arrogant, India will become arrogant. If you are angry, India will become angry. If you hate someone, India will hate. If you are affectionate, India will become affectionate. If you embrace your friend, India will embrace. So, you have to understand your power. You're not just individuals. You're also part of a city, you're part of a state, you're part of a country, you're part of the world. And so you have to act like that. You have to be careful what you're thinking. Sometimes you might get angry. You might say something bad to somebody. Try and control it. Try and see, maybe I can do something in a better way. I can do something in a more effective way. So that would be my advice to all of you. I think there is a lot that can be done to make you more comfortable. I mean, I'm very happy that this institution has grown so dramatically. From 300 young ladies to, almost 6,000? 5,600, and probably to 10,000, 20,000. We don't know where it can go. Right? And then imagine that every year, almost 6,000 girls are going and influencing others. Maybe one girl influences 100 people, 200 people. So you can imagine your impact on Puducherry, on the nation. So I'm here to tell you that you must never feel pressured by anybody. You must never feel threatened by anybody. You must never feel scared of anything. It is important for you and it is important for the country also.